iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. This is the championship round preview. 2 big games, and then there are 4. There will be 2. Jaguars, Patriots in the AFC. Let's take a closer look. All right, who do I think is going to win this game? If I'm asking by the spread, or am I asking by who's going to win? I would think by the spread, I might like to have the Jaguars, and I'll take some points there. I really would. And I think I wouldn't mind the Eagles too. Right? I'll take some points there as well. So, but we'll have to see. So, in terms of the Jaguars and Patriots, what needs to happen? Well, Tom Brady, a little injured. Okay? A little injured. That's scary. He jammed his hand, and somebody ran into him. That's pretty darn painful. Have you ever jammed your finger before? Very painful, right? What do you have to do? You have to pull it and pull it. And it's very painful. And during a game, what happens if somebody lands on him? What if somebody steps on him? It could be wildly painful. So I am absolutely concerned about Tom Brady's hand. I think we'd be silly not to be concerned. Now, does this mean they're going to lose a game? No, not at all. I'm just concerned. Love Dion Lewis in this matchup, but I think James White is the difference maker. Dion Lewis will do exactly what you think he's going to do. He's going to run the football about 15 or 20 times. That's what he does. And he's going to catch the ball a few times. But James White is special. James White is the guy who's in there on third downs. Rex Burkhead's still not 100% with his knee. I think you see very little Rex Burkhead. I think you see Lewis and White. White is that difference maker that they're behind. They need a play. This is a big third down. Brady needs to complete a pass. He goes to White. Now, the problem is that Jacksonville's linebackers are pretty darn good. Telvin Smith, amazing tackler. Miles Jack, freakish athlete. Paul Posluszny, very good player. So, White may get open. He may complete some catches, but I don't think he's going to be huge because Telvin Smith's going to be on him. Somebody's going to be on him. But I do believe that White will be a difference maker. I think Brandon Cooks is going to get shut down. I think he's going to get shut down, whether it's Ramsey or Boye. I'll go with Ramsey. I'm going to shut Brandon Cooks down. I do like Danny Amendola. I think that's a tougher matchup. I think Chris Hogan, he's an interesting player to me, way more interesting than Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, to me, runs that one pattern. He runs that go route, right? He's a big, deep route runner. Chris Hogan is a clever route runner. He finds ways to get open. And you have to stay with him throughout the play. I think that makes him slightly more dangerous than Brandon Cooks, who's more predictable. Hogan is more unpredictable, which makes him the better play. I like him a little bit this week. I like Amendola this week a lot. I do. I like Amendola a lot. I'm not sure that this team can deal with, the Jaguars defense can deal with Amendola. I think he and James White are sneaky. Gronk's a special player. Nobody can cover Gronk. The question is, if I'm Jacksonville, I try to limit Gronk. So what I do is I go one-on-one with Boye and Ramsey, and then I put everybody else on Gronk and spying on, and I don't let James White beat me. And that's what you got to do. You got to pick your poison. New England's been there before. They know how to win this game. This is a very, very smart football team. You've got the greatest coach in NFL history. You got the greatest quarterback in NFL history. You got arguably the greatest tight end in NFL history, and there's a lot of good tight ends too. But, I mean, this is a lot to overcome. Let's not bury the Patriots yet. Let's not bury the Patriots just yet. For Jacksonville, they called a brilliant game last week. They called a once-in-a-lifetime brilliant game last week. But don't for 1 second think that these Patriots are like last week's Steelers. The Steelers make mental errors. The Patriots don't. The Steelers didn't have Ryan Shazier. The Patriots have all their guys. The Steelers make mental mistakes. The Patriots don't. The Patriots will not let this game get out of control. Here's what New England's going to do. They will go all in on stopping Leonard Fournette. 100% stop the run. Make Blake Bortles beat them. I don't think he can. I think Bortles did a very good job last week. Okay? Because I think he caught the Steelers napping. There's a lot of angst with Todd Haley. Roethlisberger didn't want to be there. And there were issues. There were issues going on with the Steelers. That team is a hot mess. Retrospectively, I would think that the Patriots would have had an easy time beating the Steelers. Much tougher time than the Jaguars. But if I'm the Patriots, I am going all in on stopping Leonard Fournette, and I'm making Blake Bortles beat me. Can he? No. No. Not equipped to. Marquise Lee, not a great receiver. Westbrook, good enough but young. Cole, Hearns, Lewis, Koyak, O'Shaughnessy. None of these guys are scary. So, you force Bortles to throw the football. You play really good defense. You play bend, don't break. And you force the Jaguars to try to run the football if they can, and they kick a lot of field goals. Now, the Jaguars are going to have to play great defense. But this is one of those games where the best players win. The Patriots have the best players. And I'm not saying the Jaguars don't have a great defense. They do. Their defense is phenomenal. Can those guys can their front four get to Tom Brady? Yes. Calais Campbell? Yes. Fowler, Jackson, Darius? Yes. They can get to him. But they're going to have to get to Brady all game long. And then the Jaguars are going to have to score. I don't know. And I don't think that they're going to get 2 defensive touchdowns this week. I don't see it. Maybe 1. I'm willing to give them 1 defensive touchdown. I'm willing to give them an offensive touchdown. I'm willing to give them a field goal. There you have 17 points. I think New England scores more. I do. So at the end of the day, I will choose New England to make it to the Super Bowl. I said it last week. I'll say it again. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 1 player away from winning the Super Bowl. The problem is that 1 player is their quarterback. And I don't think we can trust Blake Bortles in this situation. They called a great game for him last week. Tommy Bohannon had one of the best touchdowns I've ever seen. But I don't know if you can do that 2 weeks in a row. Not against Belichick. Not against Bill Belichick. So I got New England going to the Super Bowl. Now, Minnesota against Philadelphia. This is a tough game to predict. If anybody tells you they think they know what's going on here, I think they're lying. I think you've got 2 quarterbacks that are in positions that are way above their heads. I mean, they're playing way above their heads right now, Foles and Keenum. You've got 2 defenses who love to rush the quarterback, who stop the run very well. I think one difference is that the Vikings have Xavier Rhodes. They have a shutdown corner. Next difference, the Vikings linebackers are very, very fast. Kendricks and Barr, super fast. Philadelphia won't be able to go to Corey Clement. Not enough. And I think Xavier Rhodes shuts down Alshon Jeffrey. So you're looking at Nelson Aguilar with a possible big game. And then you're asking, what about Zach Ertz? Zach Ertz needs to have a big week. This better be a Zach Ertz week. Otherwise, they're not going to win. So Philadelphia needs Nick Foles to play well. Ajayi and Blunt need to run the ball enough. They are not going to run the ball well. They need to run it enough. Enough to respect the run. Jeffrey gets covered. Aguilar has to make a play, and Ertz has to do something over the middle, but I don't know if it can happen. So I think this is going to come down to special teams and kicking and defense. Jake Elliott, real good kicker. I'll take him over Kai Forbath. I like Kai Forbath indoors. I'll take Jake Elliott outdoors. But as for the rest of the Eagles offense, I don't see where the offense is coming from. The defense is going to have to help them make offense. Put them in good field position. I think this is a field goal game. I really do. 15-12, 12-9, 18-15, something ridiculous like that. I don't think these teams get in the end zone. I know that sounds crazy. I don't see it because they're very similar teams. Very good pass rushes, good linebackers. Like I said, the big difference is Xavier Rhodes. Now, what could be the difference for Minnesota? The difference for Minnesota could be the fact that they have better receivers. Thielen and Diggs are the best receivers in the game. Can those guys make a difference? And will Keenum have enough time to find them? I don't know that answer. That's the question. If Keenum has time to throw, the Vikings win. If Keenum doesn't have time to throw, then this game is a coin toss and it's going down to a field goal. I really believe that. I think Kyle Rudolph is a big player in this game. I think Thielen and Diggs are huge players in this game. I don't see Murray and McKinnon doing much at all. So it's whose defensive line gets to the opposing quarterback. Whose defensive line puts on pressure. And what makes the Vikings a little better for me? Harrison Smith, Xavier Rhodes, Sendejo, just a little bit better. So if I had to guess, if I had to put money on it, which I really don't want to do in this case, I really don't like this game, I'll say the Vikings win. Like I said, 13-12, 15-12, 18-15, something like that. This is not the game you're looking for fantasy goodness. I think this will be a competitive game. I really do. But I don't think this is a game chock full of great plays. I think this is a game that's just kind of ugly, cold, ugly, field position. One big play can win the game. So if I've got to call it, I'm going to call a New England-Minnesota Super Bowl. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see the Super Bowl being played. And the Vikings are going to be there. That's special in itself. Okay? That is very special. All right, you know what else is special, guys? ScoutDFS.com is very special. We give you special plays, whether it's in basketball, golf, NFL, whatever you need to win. Check us out at ScoutDFS.com. And of course, it's Scout Fantasy. You know it's baseball time. Sean Childs doing his team outlooks. Rona's getting his stuff done. I'm getting my articles in. So we got a lot to do here. I'll be turning to baseball beginning next week because I'm going to the FSTA conference. I'm drafting my team. And then it becomes baseball for the next few months. So looking forward to that. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Enjoy the games. I think this should be 2 competitive games. And I hope your teams win. And if you're playing in playoff fantasy football, I wish you the best of luck. This is Dr. Roto saying be well, take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!